Hi creatives, it's Mitchell from Mitchell Makes, and we're on part 2 of creating a textile repeat print, and we've done that in the first video. If you need to catch up on how to do that, rewatch part 1, and we'll go over on how to do the repeating textile design. I do, if you watch part 1, have an update in part 2 as to why my trick didn't work. I was using the wrong button. So let's get started. I'll show you the right button, and then we will turn this into real fashion as promised. And let's get going. Okay guys, when I told you to use the spot healing brush tool, as you see here, it really does do that. It does spot heal. I was on the wrong thing. I should have been on content aware, not create texture, not proximity match. Do not use sample all layers. It should just be content aware. Boom, bam, pow. We are clean. All right, guys. So we're going to talk about technical flats. So being a fashion designer, you will eventually learn that doing a technical flat is what you're going to end up sending to your factory or your vendor supplier or your merchant to buy into, that shows what it is that you are trying to accomplish with your design. For this design, I'm going to do an honestly super simple bodycon just for the sake of getting a sketch down. So A, P for the line tool. I'm just going to draw a quick dress. Let's give it line. Ding, 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 ding. Waist shaping, hips, sweep, and then we've got that. I'm going to just outline the stroke a little bit extra, and then we are going to, okay, so this trick, not the trick, this hotkey is click, option, pull, and it will completely copy that object. And then I held shift as well to keep it on the same plane. So then we go to object, transform, reflect, okay. And then we've got our full fashion flat, right click, and we're going to go to join. So this turns it into one piece, see? Whereas before it was still technically two pieces. So this is your fashion flat. I'm a little hippie, so I'm just gonna mirror that. Boom, bam, pow. Maybe we're just a touch two, 1, 2. Okay, this is just cleaning it up. All right, so we have this artwork, right? And I'm gonna go to arrange, bring that artwork to front. And a lot of people don't know, but you can apply this trick. So if you're a technical designer, or if you are a technical designer, and you know you want this dress to be 35 inches in total length on the body, at this point, you can start to think about the actual scale of your art now. So now we're going to go to properties after we grab our flat, and we're going to change the height to 35 inches. 35 inches, and it's going to auto, assuming you've got it linked, right? I've got it linked to change the width. This is technically width not to scale because we're not flat pattern drawing right now. But if you're a designer, you're going to know that your total length, when it comes to CAD work, is way more important than the widths being accurate, because we're not making like flat patterns to actually cut make. The flat patterns are for the visuals, to sell your looks, and to prep for production. So we're prepping for production, y'all. Beginning, oops, why my artboard's still going V. So now my dress is technically production length. So when I play around, when I think about the scale, I can play around within the parameters of the actual scale of the ultimate garment in the end. And if you like a smaller repeat, you can get an idea for it here. You can get an idea if you want a super huge mega. Doesn't matter. Once you've established the size you like, I highly recommend you use either your width or your height and scale the artwork to the closest 1/4 inch. It's just so much better to set up for production on the production end, and you don't want to deal with 10.2111. So at this point, I'm going to do 14.5 inches wide and allow it to do the width. So now we're good here. All right, y'all. Here we go. So now from this point, you're going to want to go to Windows, and you're going to go to, where is she at? Your Windows, your swatches. Window, swatch. So this becomes your swatch library. So you've got solid colors. And here, we're going to turn our art into a swatch by dragging it and clicking it into the swatch panel. So I'm going to show you that again. Command Z to undo, and then click and drag. So now we have a swatch. This is in full repeat design, remember? So when we go to fill our flat sketch, it will fill in full repeat with our print. Okay, so then we're going to go, okay, we click on it with the direct select tool. That's hotkey A or your white arrow. If you want to know the hotkeys, you just hover over and it'll tell you what hotkey will do, what hotkey will take you to what tool. Okay, so A is your direct select tool. We want to directly select the inside of this artwork. And to make it easier for you to see, let's just change it to blue. Okay, so we're taking blue and we're now clicking our swatch. And now we have our full repeat design inside of the flat sketch. So that's one way to do it. We're going to go over here. I'm just going to take this off the board, and we're going to give our vendor, no, not our vendor, we're going to give our merchandising partners and our design partners a second option. And this option, we're going to blow her out. Okay, so when we blow her out here, check the properties. We've got 32.29. Let's just do 30.25 inches. Okay, we're happy with that. Thank you very much. We're looking a little pixelated because remember, I screenshotted this on my computer yesterday, forgot to save the artwork. So we're dealing with a little bit of a low res situation, but that's okay. All right, from here, what do we do? Correct. Go to swatches, and then you click, drag, okay? Now what key do we use next when we want to select directly that pattern on the inside? The hotkey, A. Direct select is A, white arrow, click your new print. All right, that's cool, I guess. No, I hate this placement, and you hate this placement too, and I'm going to show you why. Because you can have absolute control over your placements for your presentation purposes. So this is what we're going to do. Escape. We're not escaping the screen, we're just escaping being directly selected, right? Okay, now what you're going to do is there's this little swizzle at the top left of your keyboard underneath the escape. It's called the tilde. Not Matilda, just tilde. Drop the ma and do the tilde. All right, so let's do the tilde. You direct select, hold tilde, and now you can move your patterns around within the flat or shapes you've created. And so here, you can just eyeball it and wing it, honestly, to whatever your placement you like. So for me, I was kind of vibing with this guy coming off the shoulder, and that feels really cool to me. I like that one. All right. So now, if you know what, we're already here, so let's just show you the professional way to let your vendor know. So this is your scale, this is your pattern, you know, la 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 la. So if I were to send this to a vendor, I would delete the other one because we're doing placement print right now. And then I would just have my flat sketch, and I would say T placed digital print, back mirrors front. must have side seam matching, right? Because we're mirroring it on the back. If you're doing an all over print, don't matter. If you're doing a placed digital, you have got to be very specific. And sometimes you might want to do a back sketch. You don't have to, but if it's mirroring and you give these details, they'll get it wrong. You should give them a sketch. Place digital print, back mirrors front, must have side seam matching. Okay, and then you're going to go to your properties and you're going to double check your measurements. So you've got we've got 21.3 wide, X was 30.25 inch high, and there we go. This gives your scale, and this, at this point, this is good enough. It's not great, but it'll get the job done. You really want to get into it, you would have the Pantone colors called out. The ground must match this. The white must be this specific white. The orange is this, in Pantone. But in digital printing, honestly, it's very difficult to control at the factory level. They literally have to go back and tweak over and over and over and over to get it to match your Pantone. When it's digital printing, it's difficult. You guys, this video is getting a little bit longer than I was expecting, so I'm going to pop off because we're going to go into a part 3. Part 3 up here, yeah, where we actually take our flats that were production friendly, and I'm going to show you the best website to really up the ante for your product ready, production ready garments. Mitchell Makes. Like, share, subscribe. Video 3. Let's go, baby.